Why we can't see the view. I'm trying to fix it, y'all. Anyway, here we are on a mountaintop. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. I have my tea. It's just right too. Dare I say perfect? Not really. I hate to say that word. I have, it's a bit breezy, but I'm hoping it'll be okay. Hoping it'll be okay. I put some peanuts out on the rail for the critters. I say critters because we have squirrels that love them, the crows love them, the blue jays love them. Everybody loves the peanuts. I also have a cat and a dog out here. They're smelling of each other. Critter greeting time. Tulip's been asleep. I've been working. God is good. Anyway, when's the last time you checked the tread on your tires, y'all? You know, you can take a penny with Lincoln's head on it, and if you push it down into the tread, it's supposed to cover up the top of his head. If you can see the top of his head, you need new tires. So be safe and practice coasting to a stop instead of slamming on the brakes, y'all. I just watched a video from a young couple that moved from a city across the country to a little cottage in Vermont. And one of the first things that was told to me when I moved here was don't stomp on the brakes. Learn to coast your way to a stop. And it is a lot of fun to do when you get in the habit of doing it. You don't waste your brakes. And guess what else you don't do? If it starts raining, you don't slide on bad tires and hit somebody. Not that that's happened to anybody, but bad tires when it first rains after it hadn't rained for a while can put you into a mailbox. So today is my Be Still day with my Be Still cup. Y'all hear that? That's the crows. They're not happy that I'm out here. So, you know, right when you get in a hurry, when you stay in a hurry, your body is in a tizzy at all times. And you've got to learn to slow down. Sit outside and enjoy a wind chime or a breeze or the birds or the trees. The music of nature should bring your blood pressure just right down. Just calm right down. And have you ever thought when you have computer problems and you can't get things to work like you, my nose is itching? When you can't get things to work like you want them to, that could be God's way of saying, you need to stop. And you know what fixes it most of the time? A good reboot on your computer. But sometimes our bodies need a reboot too. Fasting is good for that. I like to do intermittent fasting. Just about every day I do intermittent fasting. And it allows your body, if I eat during the day, earlier before 2 o'clock, I really can't get anything done. But if I hold off, get my stuff done, I can use putting some good food into my body as a reward. And I've also been without insulin running through my body for oh, say 18, sometimes 20 hours, sometimes 22 hours. So you can reboot your body by fasting. And if you want to do a real reboot, fast for 3 weeks. 48, 50-hour fast. Patty and I have done a 3-week fast. And it's like you have a new lease on life all of a sudden. That hits the spot. Anyway, Schenectady. My YouTube is not working. There, it's back. I take a bath and that I put some Epsom salt in the water. That's rebooting me. Oh, it feels so good. I feel like after I get out of a bath, like with Epsom salt and stuff, I feel so energized. I don't know why it does that. Now, my fast consisted of soup, no juices, just water, hot tea, cold tea, no sugar, and bone broth and soup. And it worked quite well. I did it for Lent. I did 3 weeks worth, not 40 days. I don't know why my AirPods are just dying. I heard them both die. Something's in the woods. Something big. Y'all, if a bear is in the woods right now, I'm going to have to run into the house. That was big. Go check it out, Tulip. She keeps the bears away. We have a fox, y'all. Robert got a picture of our fox. What you doing? You hear it too? She heard it too. I don't think she wants to go after it. Well, don't go after it then. You don't have to go after it. You don't have to go after it. She's right here. She's right here. Getting her little noggins rubbed and petted. I don't have any treats out here. I really don't. She puts her chin on my knee. Yeah, if you I don't think it's a bear. I've only seen one bear here, and it was in a tree right there. The dogs were having a fit, and I looked out, and there was a yearling bear cub. Anyway, folks, drink up. Oh, I think I told you I was going to talk about something today. But I got to talking about resetting. Reset your computer. So yesterday, or day before yesterday, I was having problems. So I had to download an update. If you have a MacBook, you need to download the latest update. It's a security risk. So Michael told me what to do, and I downloaded that. And then because I downloaded that, I had to update a bunch of things. And after about an hour, can you imagine me without having access to my computer for an hour? Sure enough, I did it. I got up and puttered. I just did bunches of things. And it was all good. Somebody said I mentioned the Fly Lady story. I think I want to tell the Body Clutter story. Leanne and I published Body Clutter in 2005, I think it was. And what made me think of it this morning was the traffic mix-up that Homestead Hart husband, Mr. H, got into. He was in a wreck. And the wreck happened. He stopped in plenty of time, But the people behind him weren't paying attention, and he kept getting hit and hit and hit by cars that weren't paying attention. And he got hit several times. One car right after, everybody behind him just kept uh, mm. But when we were getting ready to have a debut the book, we were doing it in Baltimore. And we had a bunch of people that were going to be there. I mean, we had just this fly fest was going to be huge. It was down in the Inner Harbor, and we were ready. We were ready. But the week before, I had taken my car. I had this little purple car. I don't even think it was purple at the. Yeah, it might have been purple. Might not have been. I don't know. But I bought this little Mercedes specifically because I wanted to drive to Baltimore, and I wanted Robert to help me drive. And I knew he'd drive a sports car, but he wouldn't drive a big car. He doesn't like big cars. He likes little cars. And so it was September or so, August, that I bought this little sports car for my 50th birthday. And it was 6 months before my 50th birthday. And to get him to like the car, I had him pick out the color that I wanted to paint the car. And he picked Prowler Purple. It's a muscle car color. What is a Fly Fest? Well, we used to have them about once a year. We would all get together at some point, some place. We haven't had one since 2008 or 9. And the last one we had was in Dallas. In Dallas. But, traveling is tough. Now, I've done speaking engagements all over the place. But I haven't done something. It costs a lot of money to put one of these things on. I mean, $25,000. And I don't have $25,000. When we did the last one in Dallas, Yahoo pitched in half of it. And we came up the rest. I think we charged like $10 a person to come. Why so long ago? I don't know why. Things just happen, y'all. When I leave home, I don't get to do videos like I usually do. And I'm kind of, then the pandemic happened, and I'm kind of happy staying home. I was gone a lot the early part of last year in 2019 with Ben being sick. But we had these books, and we self-published these books. And if you were with us back then, you know that the book was black and white. Because there really is a black and white issue. And we were kind of scratching our head thinking, when are the books going to come in? And so I had taken the car over to Asheville to get it worked on, get it serviced, because we were going to drive to Baltimore. Robert was still working then. He had to take off. And my sister Patty calls me and she said, "Are you sitting down?" And I said, "Yeah. I'm at the car dealership." She says, "Get somewhere where you can talk." So I walked outside and I found a bench, and she said, "We've been waiting on the books to come in." And I said, "Yeah." She says, "The good news is they came in. And the bad news is they're destroyed." I mean destroyed. 15 pallets of books. Or maybe it was 10 pallets. I don't know. It may have been 10 pallets with 1,500 books on each pallet. They had been in a wreck, one similar to Mr. H's wreck. This guy had a heart attack on the highway, spun around, and the truck driver, which is a little truck like we have at the office, it has no front end. It's just the cab is glass and your feet are right here. It's a Fuso. And the truck driver had our books on the truck. They had been to the bindery in Nashville, and they were coming from it. They had gone to Atlanta and coming back up to Asheville and to us. At which point, when the truck topped a hill, there's this car sideways in the road, and the truck ran straight into it. And when you stop something that's going 70 miles an hour, everything in the back of the truck goes toward the cab. And every book, except for 300, because we went through the whole load, one case at a time, with rubber gloves on, so we didn't smudge them. And we found 300 books to take to Baltimore. Now, we started the reprinting process immediately, and we got more books, but that was a terrible thing because we had somebody stuck in that traffic jam. Miss Laura was coming from Atlanta. She lived in the mountains, but all her people were in Atlanta, and she was coming from Atlanta, and she got stuck in this traffic jam. And she was calling Justin to see how, where the traffic jam started and all kinds of stuff. And they got off on exit 1 or 2, just right into the state of South Carolina, and they came home the back way, and then the books came 2 days later. But if they'd have got up to the books, it would have been awful. They would have been, because they both helped edit the book. People in the car had both helped to edit the book, and they would have seen Body Clutter books strewn all over the road. It was horrible. The man driving the truck lost his legs. And the man that was driving the car that had the heart attack died. We were devastated. But we knew God had us. We had faith that God would take care of us. And we survived. And we got the books reprinted, and in a month's time, I think we had them. But we took 300 books to Baltimore and unveiled them, and the rest is history. The book got picked up by Simon & Schuster the next year. And it was just peanuts falling off the rails. Come on, crows. That's all we had. We only had 300 books. Yeah, there was insurance on the shipping. There was $10,000 worth of insurance on the shipping. But it was hard. It was hard, and Robert documented everything. Every carton of books, every pallet. We still have those pictures. And as Leanne said, and we made it to the New York Times bestseller list when Simon Schuster picked up the book the next year. And it was published in January, and they kept saying, "You don't want to publish a book in January. You don't want it to come out the 1st of January." And we said, "Yeah, we do. That's when people buy books like this. They want to get a new start." And we showed them, didn't we, Leanne? We showed them. Because it was quite the blessing. But sometimes you have to have a reset. You have to start back at square one. Good thing we didn't have to write the book, but they started reprinting that day. That day they started reprinting. And they got the books shipped to the bindery, and the rest is history. But God is good. But sometimes we need that reset. And, we have to be thankful. Sometimes just being thankful is a great reset to your day. Being thankful for the things you've been given. And, we really, none of us need a whole lot. We like what keeps us comfortable, but we don't need a whole lot. You need good tires on your car. You need to be able to, I feel, having a good pantry, having a good freezer full of food, having a medicine cabinet that you can go to in the event that you have a stomach virus or whatever, that you have everything you need, that you don't have to run to the store to get anything to make you better. I think these are important things. And sometimes you have to, save up to get the things you need. Don't go into debt for them. Save up. I got to move a table. And there goes my peanut holder. It's just never a dull moment, is it? So, how can you reset? Think about it. What are ways that you reset? Sometimes just meditating for 10 minutes is a good reset. Sometimes going for a walk around the block, which is our habit for next month, for May, is walking for 7 minutes and turning around and coming back. Get some tea in you. This is medicinal tea. Now the wind just stopped. It just stopped. Mm. Now the cat's going to play with the tin pan, aluminum pan. You don't have to walk all the way around the block. Yeah, there goes a squirrel. Is there a squirrel behind me? I didn't see it, but they come up. They're smart creatures. But sometimes we just need a reset, a body reset. We need a mind reset. So, how do you have a mind reset? Turn off the TV. Stop looking at your phone every 5 minutes, unless you want to watch Fly Lady. Take some time to just sit out in nature. Do some stretches. I hear it, Penrod. It's big, isn't it? I don't see the bear. Take deep breaths. I love to put my oximeter on my finger just before I go to bed at night. I put my oximeter on my finger and I try to get it up to about 98 or 99 by taking a deep breath and holding it. I'm drinking decaf. If I drink the other, I'm up till 2 in the morning. But the regular is pretty good. Listen, I hear a truck. Mm. We've been pondering some chickens, thinking about getting some chickens. But it would break our heart if the fox got the chickens. So we're better off not to have chickens, because they'd have a way to get into the chicken coop. But I guarantee you, we would have the most sound chicken coop ever, because Robert would make sure of it. It'd be a chicken condo. Oh, I wish you could see the. Oh, y'all. My Rufus sided toy's back. I hear him. I haven't heard him. He's 2 weeks late. He's usually here by April 14th or 15th. And I hear him off in the distance. He's a ground feeder. And if you've ever seen one of them, they kind of remind you of a Baltimore Oriole. They have little rust-colored patches underneath their wings. It's a rufous-sided towhee, and he does a little squawk. But I have not heard him all year, all spring, and I just heard him. What is it? It's a bird. It's a rufous-sided towhee, and they see their reflection in a hubcap, and they'll peck at the hubcap. I don't have hubcaps. I have wheels, but they would. They like to. They don't like competition. Robert seemed to think that's what the cardinal was doing. Was thinking that his reflection was competition for the female. I think right now the cardinal is on a nest somewhere. I do see them. They come and get food, but I don't see them together anymore. Towhee, yeah, Towhee. Somebody's watching a robin and babies. You know, robin eggs are pale blue. It's just pleasant out here. Mm. Now, I have a wind chime over here too that has a bear hanging from it, but it's a heavy wind chime and it kind of rings like a bell. This one is a computer MacBook, but I've been using it for almost 2 years, and I try to reboot on Fridays. Reboot on Fridays. And do the same for your phone. Turn your phone all the way off and turn your phone back on. It doesn't matter what kind of phone it is. And also clean up your text messages and your recent calls, and clean those things up, because they build up and they take up space. So clean them up. Listen to it chime. I am in western North Carolina. That's the Blue Ridge right behind me. That is the Blue Ridge Mountains. The Blue Ridge Parkway goes right across, just right at the edge of that peak. So where is everybody? I'm in North Carolina. Yeah, you hear my big wind chime. And this tree is dead right here. And we had the top cut out of it because we didn't want it to fall out and destroy our deck. But we left the bole of the tree standing, and the woodpeckers have the best time with that tree. They're always pecking on it, finding bugs, all kinds of good stuff. It is a woodpecker habitat. Is there a squirrel behind me? I heard one. Well, I better get inside so the squirrel can have fun and gorge himself on peanuts. Parakeets, we don't have parakeets. We have little yellow birds, but they're finches. They're California goldfinches. Somebody's from Spain, Pennsylvania. Give us a thumbs up if you like our videos and subscribe to our channel. If you're on Facebook, like us, get signed up, go to flylady.net and get signed up for our emails. It really makes a big difference. It's sort of gets in your head every day. We have, we need your help. There is somebody has on Constant Contact has sent out some bad messages to a spam trap, and they have spam copped one of our servers, and we can't be on individual servers, so somebody has spam copped, and it's never us because I guard our unsubscribed list like it was $1,000,000 because I don't want anybody to send to that list. Well, you can't. You can't. If you've ever unsubscribed and you want to resubscribe, it's a real simple process, and Michael's made it really easy for people. So if you're ready to come back into the fold, Saturday we start the 31 baby steps. We're going to focus on that for the month of May, and we'll do other things too. Right. In Oregon, they have lunch with the fly lady. It's noon out there. And it's bedtime in Tanzania and in Europe. I'm relaxed, I really am. It's a lovely day. So we are discontinuing the silver ragdoll. We've had them for probably 10 years now, and we're going to hopefully get those all sold, and once they're sold, we will decide on a new color, maybe 2 new colors. CJ's in Memphis. That's my stomping grounds. I used to go to Memphis a lot. Somebody says I've brainwashed her and her husband. Well, it's not really brainwashing, it's fly washing. We kind of get in your head and we work around in there, and uh, we tend to just be kind and change the way we think a little bit, and it's always fun. I was looking for a leaf. I was going to show you what a red oak tree looked like. This is what tea time's all about. Just relaxed. Y'all keep this weather guy that I follow out of Missouri. His wife is having cataract surgery today. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers. They have to travel to Kansas City to do the surgery, and then they got to go back again tomorrow. So keep them in your prayers. Keep Homestead Heart's husband, Mr. H, in your prayers. He's still banged up pretty bad from the wreck. I just can't imagine. That's why I drive a truck, y'all. I drive a truck. I want to be higher than everybody else, and I want to have plenty of stuff around me. I'm glad Teresa's relaxed. I hope you're relaxed. How's baby Beckett? Baby Beckett, she got a kiss from Aunt Marla today. Um, I talked to Jessica and told Jessica, I said, when you see baby Beckett, give her a kiss from Aunt Marla and tell her I love her. So she was going to do that. She's growing. She's really growing. I can't wait till she comes out of that incubator. When she's out of the incubator, and we have a webcam on her incubator, and we can go look at her anytime, which is such a blessing. I don't know who thought of that, but it really helps the family when you have a child in the incubator, in the NICU. And she pulled out her little nasal cannula. She didn't like that thing. She didn't like the nose thing they had on her when she was first born. Now she can rest. She's not as fidgety as she was, but she's exercising those arms. Every night I give her a little pat on my screen. I know it's crazy, but I know she knows it. Because when I'm petting her, she, uh, she calms down. I'm saying a prayer for her. Try it. It really works. You know, we may be a half a world away from each other, but God has a way of putting us together right when we need it, y'all. A way of putting us together. The Holy Spirit connects us. It's an amazing thing. Can you send us a picture of of baby Beckett? I cannot because I don't have permission from Jessica, but I will ask. I will ask. So I wouldn't want to do that. But it's up to Jessica. We'll ask. But maybe Jessica could send me a picture holding Beckett. I don't know where they got that name, but I just love it. I just love it. I've loved it since the day she told me. You can be all over the world and have friends all over the world. We're just as close as the screen on your phone. Oh, life is good, y'all. Look how my hair is just flipping up. It's just flipping up. I showed the screen, showed Robert my TV screen my computer screen last night, and I said I can't wear my hair flipped up because Kamala wears her hair flipped up, and I can't wear my hair turned under because that's how Pelosi wears it. And they were both on the screen. We just laughed. Oh God, it's so funny. So I'm just gonna let my hair do what it does. And this summer I'm probably gonna have to be just like Leanne and put it up because it's hotter than it's so thick. It's hot. It's just hot. Y'all have a good rest of the day. We're gonna have date night tonight. Yep, date night is tonight. I love you all. Press the reset button. What was it? There's a reset button on everything. We used to have a that was easy button from Staples. Well, press the you have control of the reset. One time Dina and I were together somewhere and we found this big billboard and it had a reset button on it and it said you're in control of your life. You can press the reset button anytime. And you know how you do that? You give your life to Jesus. Yep. You ask Jesus to come into your heart and you turn your life over to Jesus. And that's the biggest reset of all, which sets you up to be in heaven. Sets you up to be in heaven. Anyway, folks, I will see you tomorrow morning. It's Friday. Let's clean out our car. Let's clean out our purses. Get a head start on it. See what's the strangest thing in your purse. Yeah, let's do it. Cat's over here in the chair. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow morning.